In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
Today we will be touring lore on the traitor Space Marines warband belonging to the Death Guard, the Plague Marines, the Lords of Silence. So get ready and allow me to illuminate you on Maratrians. Unbroken Blades, Nurgles chosen the champions of filth and decay, the 14th Legions, Lords of Silence. The Lords of Silence, a specialized Death Guard warband dedicated to the Chaos God Nurgle, detailing the group's leadership, specifically the ancient, philosophical Chaos Lord Vorax and his aggressive champion Dragon, while highlighting their base of operations aboard the sentient, flesh-eating cruiser Solace. The collection includes character biographies for specialists like the Tallyman Philemon, alongside community discussions and reviews of the Chris Wright novel that defines the faction. These materials emphasize the warband's unique cultural traits, such as their obsession with sacred numerology and their serious, stoic approach to spreading corruption. Additionally, the texts provide historical context regarding the warband's participation in the 13th Black Crusade and their eventual conquest of the White Consul's homeworld. Finally, the excerpts offer a glimpse into the Plague Planet, illustrating how these corrupted warriors maintain domains that ironically mirror the oppressive structures they once sought to overthrow. Vorax, Siege Master and Chaos Lord, the warband's founder and commander. He was one of the first aspirants from Barbarous, and remains deeply loyal to the old ways and his Primarch Mortarion. He is described as a philosophical, patient, and almost fatherly leader who prefers a methodical approach to war. Dragon, Chaos Champion, a high-ranking Plague Marine and Vorax's primary champion. Unlike Vorax, Dragon is a thin blood who defected from an Imperial world approximately 2,000 years ago. He represents the aggressive, newer generation of the warband, and often harbors contempt for the Primarchs, favoring the Long War ideology over Legion traditions. Garstag, Captain, leader of the Cardane, the warband's elite group of Terminator-armored Plague Marines. Politically, he aligns with Dragon in opposing Vorax's more patient strategies. Specialized officers. The warband includes several specialists common to the Death Guard, though often possessing unique histories. Philemon, Tallyman, a close political ally of Vorax, who keeps the sevenfold count of the warband's deeds. He is a fatalistic, mathematically precise priest-scribe who interprets Nurgle's numerological blessings. Slurt, Biologus Putrefier, a specialist in alchemy and disease. In certain tactical interpretations, his role is noted as being similar to a foul blightspawn. Cleto, Plague Surgeon, the warband's medical officer. Naum, Chaos Dreadnought, Hellbrute, a hulking war machine equipped with dual fists. There is some ambiguity in descriptions regarding whether he is a standard dreadnought or a more mutated Hellbrute. The Gallowsman, a captain who leads 24 squads of unbroken, rank-and-file Plague Marines. Glask, second in command to Dragon. Gulk, a captain who serves as a bodyguard to Cleto. Slivergristle, Kregar, no longer an active combatant in the warband, he remains a revered pilgrim on the Plague Planet who maintains a connection with Vorax. Ship's crew, unchanged underlings. The warband relies on unchanged, human or slightly mutated specialists to operate their base of operations. The repulsive Grand Cruiser Solace, Hollow Bullet Hovik, Shipmaster. Hollow Bullet Drezuel Eyesmith. Hollow Bullet Tajaffa, Pseudo-Navigator. Hollow Bullet Kodad, Gunnery Captain. Hollow Bullet Rotui, Cultivator of the Engineerium. Hollow Bullet Dantine, a former Imperial PDF captain from the world of Najin. He was captured, desold, and bound to the warband as a slave. The Plague Planet serves as the primary domain of the Daemon Primarch Mortarion and the Death Guard within the Eye of Terror. While it is widely known by this name, the sources reveal that Plague Planet was a title coined by other factions within the Eye and adopted by the Death Guard for convenience. Its pre-fall Eldar name was Eliathata. The world is a nightmarish landscape characterized by extreme heat and toxicity. Climate. It is described as a hot world illuminated by the off-draft of furnace towers and the humid warmth of culture pools. The air is moat-riddled and rich with the scent of decay, featuring green-tinged aurorae that ripple across a skyscape of jagged spoil spires. Landscape. The terrain includes fog-choked valleys and high ridges where the unbroken Death Guard veterans established their domains. These locations are often draped in black vines and obscured by a thick miasma of forge smoke. The Manse, Court of the Death Lord, Mortarion rules from a massive recreation of the Imperial Palace on Terra. In an act of petty defiance against fate, the palace gates are exactly 7 centimeters taller than the Eternity Gate on Terra, and the walls are steeper by exactly 7 degrees. Hope's Revenant. This is the personal domain of Vorax, the siege master of the Lords of Silence. Vorax raised its oil-black walls himself, using slave labor and stone mined from the planet's crags. The estate houses unique house plagues, kept in oubliettes, and is populated by little lords, nurglings, and plague-bearers. Wormwold. This is a sacred relic kept on the planet by the pilgrim Slivergristle. It is described as the last sliver of living matter taken from Barbarous. Population. The world teems with bestials, mutants wearing corroded plates, priests of Nurgle in threadbare robes, and vast slums of demons. Veteran members of the Legion often live in seclusion on the ridges, a practice adopted from the history of Barbarous, where the oppressed were once forbidden from ascending into the heights. Pilgrimage. Some veterans, such as Slivergristle, formerly Kragar, choose to cast off their power armor entirely to live as pilgrims on the planet, never leaving its surface again. Replication in real space. The influence of the plague planet is not confined to the Eye of Terror. During the conquest of the Imperial world Sabatine, Vorks and the Lords of Silence successfully transformed that planet into a demon. The beginning of the Lords of Silence warband. The Lords of Silence warband was founded at an unknown date within the Eye of Terror by the Chaos Lord and Siege Master Vorks. Its beginnings are rooted in the aftermath of the Horus Heresy and the subsequent Great Scouring, when Vorks and other traitor forces fled the Imperium's wrath after their defeat at the Battle of Terra. Foundational leadership and origins. The warband was established by veterans of the original 14 Legion. Its founder, Vorks, was among the first aspirants taken from the Death Guard's homeworld, Barbarous, after the Emperor rediscovered Mortarion. Because of this, the warband's early culture was built on Crusade-era traditions and deep personal loyalty to the Primarch, rather than the distant ruler on Terra. Another significant early member was Slivergristle, formerly known as Kragar, a plague marine, who fought through the Great Crusade and the Siege of Terra, before retreating to the Eye. While Vorks continued to lead the warband in real space, Slivergristle eventually settled as a pilgrim on the plague planet. The acquisition of the Solace. A defining moment in the warband's early history was the acquisition of their base of operations, the repulsive Grand Cruiser known as the Solace. Imperial origins. The ship was originally an Imperial Navy vessel named the Undying Valor, constructed in M34 on the Forge World Lashte. Capture. It served in Battlefleet Archon, until it was captured by Chaos forces during the Battle of the Borgish Channel and taken into the Eye of Terror. After 5 millennia of exposure to the warp, the ship became corrupted by Nurgle, becoming semi-sentient and eventually being claimed by Vorks to serve as the Lords of Silence's mobile fortress. The warband embraced the numerological obsessions of Mortarion, specifically the sacred number 7. This sevenfold doctrine is maintained by the warband's tallymen, such as Philemon, who count everything from ammunition expended to wounds inflicted to invoke Nurgle's blessings. Even thousands of years after its founding, the warband maintains the old ways, with veteran members still using Crusade-style salutes and adhering to the stoic, methodical siege tactics Vorks mastered during the Legion's earliest days. This focus on the old ways often creates tension with newer members, such as the defector Dragon. The Lords of Silence is an amazing story, and I suggest you check it out. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time.